Good day everyone, I'm Hurley Bar of Reviews here, back at it again with my review for the Ear Acoustic Audio. But this time, it is one of the recent sets. This is the Genesis, the Elysian Fields Genesis G318S. Wow, that's a mouthful of a name. So throughout this video, I'll just call it the G318S or probably the Genesis, either of the two. Okay? Okay. But before I proceed, I'd like to thank Ear Acoustic Audio for sending this unit to me in an exchange for a very honest and transparent review. Rest assured that all of my reviews are honest and transparent to the core, like I always do, for the benefit of everybody, of course, including me. Since again and again, I won't be editing this extensively, English isn't really my native language, and I prefer writing reviews rather than recording them, as some of you know. Okay? Okay. So to give you an idea, I have reviewed a couple of ear acoustic audio IMs before, like for example the what do you call this? The SPA High-End Ultra and the STA Pro Max, I believe. So both the STA and the SPA series. And honestly, it kind of reminds me of their sister company, the TFZ or the Fragrance Zitter. If you're one of those people that started the audio hobby the same as me, you should know well the legacy of the TFZ itself. So um basically the ear acoustic audio is kind of clinging or kind of inheriting that character wherein it prioritizes the enjoyment of the overall musicalities without skimping too much on the technical chops. So it is your usual or slash traditional V-shape-ish with a lot of fun factor while keeping things clean, prim, and proper. So this time we'll see if the Elysian Fields or the G318S or the Genesis will hold up to that remark. Okay, first things first, the Ear Acoustic Audio Genesis Elysian Fields Genesis G318S, that's very mouthful, will cost you 250 USD. So that is around like 13 to 14,000 pesos in Philippine money. So it isn't really a cheap IM per se, but in my humble opinion, it is on the, I'd say, on the entry or on the budget, yes, the budget side of the mid-range IMs, in my humble opinion. Okay, do take note that I haven't heard any every single IM that is out there within this price range. So there's that. Okay, but yeah, it kind ear acoustic audio kind of made you feel special and will make you feel uh will make you feel special, and at the same time will make you feel their exquisite slash premium packaging all over, because again, this is a 250 USD IMs, which also reflects here in the box. As you can see, they even have your name. They will engrave your name there. As you can see, my name is there. And the serial number of the G318S, it says that it is in limited number. So yeah, that is something that that speaks a level of premium, that speaks a level of exclusivity, if you may, if you're into that. Personally, it doesn't really matter that much to me, but at the same time, it is a nice to have, because of course a premium is a premium. As you can see here, the Genesis, as you can see the box, the Genesis, the Elysian Fields, and yes, the concert hall, personal presence over sound, always on stage, and it kind of reflects the overall sound actually of the ear acoustic G318S. Okay, and again, there's my name, which kind of intimidated me the first time that I listened to this. That is also the reason why it took me almost a month just to write a wrap up and to observe the Genesis, because it really feels and sounds premium actually. So as you can see, there's nothing here. As you can see, the color and specification, what I have here is the silver colorway. I haven't seen the other colorways, so there's that. And nothing much else here except for when you open this, there's a lot of paperwork here. There's even a booklet here for you to read in case if you need a tutorial on how to use this IMs properly. But yeah, we'll just wing it based on our logical slash common sense. And here's the accessories that it comes with. So as for the accessories that it comes with, sure, it speaks premium from its what do you call this, from its case, which is on the larger side, by the way, down to its the IMs itself. But at the same time, it isn't that generous when it comes to the quantity. From based on my experience, the Twistura Wood Note and the Dunu Kima 2, which is apparently 100 USD IM, has better accessories compared to the Ear Acoustic G318S or the Genesis G318S when it comes to the quantity. But as for the quality, the G318S still delivers actually, because there isn't a company or there isn't a brand that uses this type of case, which kind of reminds me of designer bags actually, and it really feels premium. It feels premium for sure. This is a faux leather, just to cut down some costs, but it is beautifully made in my humble opinion. There's even a mini cushioning here, which isn't a lot, but yeah, it is kind of reassuring for the connection of these two sides here. There's some metal stuff here, as you can see, the metal ratchet, is it the right term? But yeah, and it kind of looks like a bag. I told you, it looks like a designer bag with some holes on it, with some strap on it for you to, I don't know, put something here. There's also a clip here for you to clip it in your bag. So yeah, this is like a mini coffin, if you may. And the zipper on this one is really nice, you can see, and it is very very spacious for the IMs actually. You can even put the ear tip case here. Speaking of the ear tip case, here's the ear tip case with the ear tips inside. Voila. So you can see it has two sets of ear tips for you to ear tip roll with this IM, and I must say it is nice. It doesn't seem to affect the overall sound negatively or even drastically, but it kind of affects the comfort. Personally, I like this softer black ear tips here, but yes, of course, you can also use this one, the wide bore whirlwind ear tips, if you know. But yeah, it kind of affects the fit and comfort mostly, or most of the time. Personally, I'd like them for them to include a silicone ear tips or some liquid silicone ear tips here, because that is apparently the norm, and it will definitely definitely benefit the overall fit, comfort, and isolation of the Genesis. But don't get me wrong, the fit, comfort, and isolation in this one is really good right out of the bat because of its design, which I will tackle later on. You'll also get this one, a, what do you call this, a shirt, an IM clip or a cable clip. It would be nice if they've used a black one for this one as well to fit with the color code, or probably a silver. But yeah, beggars can be choosers, and if it exists, it exists. Okay, and here's the cable. Yes, apparently the cable is my current gripe here with the Ear Acoustic Audio Elysian Fields Genesis G318S. As some of you know, or probably most of you know, I use my IMs a lot during commutes, during walks, during quick errand strolls or something like that, during whenever I buy groceries and stuff like that. So I pretty much use this almost all of the time, and I usually use this when I'm not in a stationary position, or in a when I'm sitting or anything like that. I usually use this when I'm walking. And the cable on this one, don't get me wrong, it is premiumly built. Even the what do you call this, even the twisting here really stays well. It doesn't seem to come loose or something like that. But the cable is very stiff. It is very stiff up to the point that I'm experiencing some microphonics here with the Ear Acoustic Audio Genesis G318S. But yeah, sure, one can argue that you can always use the splitter, yeah, the Y split on this one to minimize down the to minimize the what do you call this, to minimize the microphonics. But at the same time, I don't want to use it because, as you can see, the cable on this one is sleeve, and it will induce odor, despite me not having any unnecessary odors during my work or during my commutes. Or probably I do have, because I will definitely sweat during my commutes. The cable will probably seep will probably absorb that sweat and will cause unnecessary odor, which I don't like. So yeah, I despite it having some countermeasures here and there, but um, it isn't really for me when it comes to the cable. If they could have made the cable a little bit softer, it would be nice for this for the Ear Acoustic Audio G318S, because the IEMS itself is already good. It is literally good. When it comes to the fit, comfort, and isolation, it isolates my ears really well. It is also a snug fit, but at the same time, it is quite bulky, as you can see. It is quite bulky. I do like the design on this one, because despite it being glossy, it doesn't show any fingerprints because of its texture design. But yeah, again, it is bulky. On my ears, it just fits just fine. I still find it bulky, but at the same time, those people with, see, so you can see what I'm telling. Um, but those people with average size ears or smaller sized ears will find this too big to their taste, probably. Yeah. One thing to note though, this doesn't have any driver flex or something like that. Any occlusion effect, yeah, or bad or worse occlusion effect or something like that. The G318S doesn't have that, which is a good thing. So the only thing that matters as of now is your ear size. Yes, your ear size and how bulky this IM is on your ear. So how bulky can you tolerate when it comes to your IMs? Okay. Now, as for the drivability, well, Ear Acoustic Audio clearly said, or clearly yeah, they clearly notified everyone that has a, what do you call this, an interest here with the G318S, that this will require a proper source. What do I mean by proper source? Well, definitely you can't use your, well, technically you can. You can use your Apple dongle on this one, and this will lack in dynamics or in transient response. Like, um, for a good measure, you can use the Ear Acoustic Audio Genesis G318S with at least 2 VRMs of power. However, I do have some specific recommendations, like for example, any DD Hi-Fi dongle, like for example, the TC44M3 or the E3 or the i3, or probably the yeah, I have already included the DD Hi-Fi. Let's see here, the Snowski Melody, yes, it pairs well with the Snowski Melody as well. The Venture Electronics Devastator as the cheapest option that I can recommend, or the Megatron, or yeah, or probably like what I'm doing most of the time, the Hebe R4 pairs well with the Genesis, with the G318S. However, if I pair it like, let's say, any cheap J Kali dongle at like that cost $10 under. Although when I pair this with the J Kali AP10, it sounds nice. But whenever I pair it with, like, let's say the JA2, it sounds a little bit lacking to what I prefer when it comes to the overall resolution, technicalities, the bass response, the transient response. It lacks. It literally lacks in dynamics. It sounds a little bit teeny actually when underpowered. So yeah, for good measure, at the very least, you have a Devastator with your, at least a dongle with 2 VRMs of power for you to make the Genesis or the G318S shine. Okay, so what's the sound of the RFI? What's the sound of the G318S? Does it sound like the TFZ IMs before? Well, yes and no. What do I mean by that? Yes, in the sense that this is still a fun sounding signature. But no, in the sense that this G318S isn't as V-shaped as compared to the TFZ sets before, or even the TFZ or the ear acoustic audio IMs that I have reviewed before. It isn't as V-shaped. In fact, this sounds a little bit Harman to my ears. But it is well done. It is well done in the sense that the mids aren't really recessed or lacking in body or anything like that, not at all. So whether you say that the G318S is mildly V-shaped to your liking, or probably U-shaped to your liking, or mildly U-shaped to your liking, or a neutral, yes, a neutral warm set to your liking, well, all of those boxes are, or choices are correct, because the G318S kind of falls within that ballpark. Personally, it is a mild U-shaped set to my ears. There are times and sources that it sounds a mild V-shape to my ears, but most of the time it is a U-shaped set to my ears. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter as long as you prefer fun sounding sets that has a clear mid-range, and the G318S kind of delivers on that one, as it should be, because this is a 250 USD IEM, so it should deliver, and it delivers really well. Well, as for the bass on this one is mildly sub-bass elevated with a very good slash textured mid-bass punch here and there. It doesn't lag behind when compared to the sub-bass. Actually, there are times that they are equal in levels when it comes to the quantity and quality. But don't get me wrong, this is still not your bass head. Yes, this is still not your bass head IEM, because despite this having an elevated, thick, smooth bass response, isn't as it isn't as huge, or it isn't as deep when compared to the IEMs that are bassy that I have also encountered for the past, I don't know, 10-ish years of my existence here in the hobby. Like for example, the 7 Hertz Legato, or probably the Fat Freak X HBB Juice, which I really like. It doesn't deliver, the G318S doesn't deliver when it comes to the quantity, but it sure deliver and probably excels, in my humble opinion, when it comes to the quality, because the quality on the bass on this one is well layered, well textured, very detailed for a bass response. It never sounded monochromatic or monotonous, monotonous to my ears. Sorry for my camera terms, but yeah, it is a very detailed bass response for what it is worth and for what its target. Okay, now as for the mids on this one, it is still clear. I don't find this to be recessed or mildly recessed to begin with, but yeah, I can understand that some people will call this a mildly recessed mid-range, but personally, to my ears, it's just that the bass and the treble is a little bit more elevated than the mids. That's why it sounded recessed. But in terms of presentation, it doesn't sound recessed, boxy, or drowned at all. In fact, the mid-range on this one is clear. It is smooth, it is lush, it is still detailed, but it doesn't it is also forgiving when it comes to the flaws of a poorly recorded track, but it doesn't it doesn't shout at you. It never sounded wonky, it never sounded sibilant, it never sounded any of those negative stuff. There are even times that I find the upper mid-range and the treble actually of the G318S a little bit too safe to my liking. But of course, I am not the only one that is under the market of this IEM. A lot of people who are willing to spend $250 wants a musically pleasant, non-fatiguing IEM, and in my humble opinion, the Genesis delivers on that one, because it manages to deliver a well extended upper frequencies, but at the same time without any form of harshness, sibilance, or peaks. So kudos on the Air Acoustic Audio Genesis G318S for that one. Okay, now as for the treble on this one is still fairly extended for a 250 USD set. It is decently extended. It has some air to it. Um, it it doesn't have any sibilance, or it doesn't have any splashy cymbals here and there. So for those people that have a very sensitive pair of ears, you will definitely enjoy the G318S a lot. In fact, I have used this continuous for like 6 hours without any um, putting it off. I never put it off for the past like 6 hours at some point in time during my review, and my ears are still perfectly fine. I never felt any fatigue or anything like that when it comes to the overall sound, at least. So there's that. As for the resolution, the micro detail or the detail retrieval, it still delivers, but of course, if you've heard a quad braid, like for example a Kiwi Ears Septet, or a hybrid that is quite detailed for this price, this isn't really the most detailed out of all of those hybrids or tribrids or quadbrids. Okay, but that doesn't mean that this lacks details. No, in fact, it has a lot of details that are well presented. It's just that it is not that accentuated like what you would find on a technical focus tie. Okay, now as for the technical chops, Now, as for the technical chops, well, yes, they did not lie on that concert, hall, personal, that always on stage, that presence over sound, really reflects on the technical chops of the G318S. The soundstage on this one is holographic. At times, it can even go toe to toe with the Heidi Smart 12 Tourist, in my humble opinion. The soundstage on this one is very spherical. It is expansive, spherical, immersive, holographic, whatever you call it. It delivers that sense. It has a very good amount of width. Even the height and depth on this one is just superb. When it comes to the separation and layering, it is still fairly clean for a 1DD IM. Do take note that this is a 1DD IM. It is still fairly clean. It is well placed. It is well put. I can't seem to find any serious congestion that are happening here with the G318S, which is a good thing. But again, don't expect like IE 900 levels of technical chops here with the Genesis. Okay? Okay. Now, as for the what do you call this, now as for the imaging is still dead precise as it should be. Again, this is a 250 USD set, so it should deliver on that regard as well. And they also marketed it as a concert hall, a mini concert hall. So yeah, it would be ashamed if they did not live up to their own marketing. Okay, now where should I compare this? I should compare the Air Acoustic Audio Elysian Fields G318S or the Genesis G318S with the IEMs that also has a 1DD setup configuration in this price range. Like for example, the Heidi Smart 12 Tourist. Again, the Heidi Smart 12 Tourist is a warmer set. It is definitely warmer, it is definitely thicker, it has a wider stage, but at the same time, it lacks the dynamics. It lacks the technical chops that the Ear Acoustic Audio Genesis has, in my humble opinion. Although the Heidi Smart 12 Tourist isn't really that far and a much more safer recommendation to everyone. As long as you dig the design, the Blue Beetle design, which I really like actually. Okay? Okay. Now where should we compare this? We should compare this with, like, let's say, okay, we should compare this next with the Twistura Wood Note. An IM that I love because of its unique material when it comes to its drivers, which is a bamboo. Okay, when compared, the Twistura Wood Note is a more balanced. Yes, it is a more balanced, warm, vocal forward or mid forward, if you may, type of an IM when compared to the Genesis. The Genesis is a much more fun sounding IEM. It is a more fun sounding, much more extended IEM that has a greater slam when it comes to the bass response. But when it comes to the overall control of the sound, when it comes to the sibilance, harshness, peaks, or even any subdued frequencies, the Twistura Wood Note is a little bit better on that regard. Although both of these sets are actually going toe to toe with each other in my humble opinion, it's just that the Twistura Wood Note has a better accessories when it comes to both quality and quantity, which is always a welcome and always a win-win for consumers. Although yeah, maybe the G318S is meant to be a straightforward experience for you not to experiment further, just to listen to your music based on their marketing. But yeah, I'm just stating what I experience here. Okay, now where should we compare this? Yes, we should compare this to its older sister, which is the Ear Acoustic Audio SPA High-End Ultra. Despite me not being a warm or a bass lover, a bass lover, I actually find the Genesis, the G318S, a little bit better on the SPA High-End Ultra. Why is that so? Well, definitely, the G318S has a more all-rounder sound signature. It doesn't show any sibilance, harshness, or peaks, even when the sibilant-prone tracks are present. But at the same time, the SPA High-End Ultra has a little bit more energy on the treble, which can cause mild fatigue when you use this for like 6 hours non-stop. Or probably if you use this with a higher volume, though I'm not sure on why you'll do that. But yeah, the Ear Acoustic Audio SPA High-End Ultra is less safe to everyone when compared to the GT18S. But of course, if you want that extra energy, if you want that extra bite, that sparkle, well, the SPA high-end Ultra has better remarks on that one. Okay, now I'll switch to the Tagalog version of this review for a quick rundown. Okay. So, bali itong si Ear Acoustic Audio Genesis Elysian Fields G318S, kaping haba ng pangalan, is nasa 13 to 15,000 pesos in Philippine money. Well, nagre-reflect ba siya sa quality ng packaging? Oo, yes, definitely. Naka-boast pa yung pangalan niya doon. Nagre-reflect ba siya sa quality ng accessories? Well, oo naman. Well built. Hindi siya flimsy. Tapos, straightforward yung pagkakagawa dito. As you can see, very minimal. Nagta-translate ba siya sa quantity daw? Honestly, hindi. Kasi kulang. Para sa akin, sana mas dinamihan pa nila yung ear tip siguro, or probably sana naglagay sila ng cable na naka 3.5, or sana ginawa nilang modular itong cable. Pero yun nga, we'll review what we have. Sa drivability, okay na to sa Devastator actually. Wag mo lang siya i-pair sa mga underpowered or sa mga too warm na dongles. Pero yun, sa neutral sets, basta 2 VRMs goods na to. Sa fit, comfort, and isolation, medyo bulky siya sa tenga ko. Para sa akin, ang ganda ng fit kasi mukhang maangas talaga. I mean, mukha siyang CIEM. Pero ayun nga, sa mga taong maliliit yung tenga or average size lang yung tenga, napakalaki na neto sa inyo. Siguro ang pipiliin nyo or maghanap kayo ng pinakamaliit na ear tips talaga para ma-fit to sa inyo. Kasi ang ganda ng fit na ito eh. Sa tenga ko at least. Yung fit, comfort, and isolation niya. So, anong tunog nito? Well, ang tunog nito, Harman Target. So, Harman Karding. So, mildly U-shape siya or mildly V-shape. Kayo bahala kung ano. Pero, halos pareho lang yung, yung remark na yun. So, nasa pa rin naman siya, fun side of things. Pero, mas warm na siya ngayon. Na mas makapal yung tunog, na mas controlled. Kasi, yung SPA High-End Ultra, mas matinis yung treble nun kasi energetic talaga siya. So, ramdam ko talaga na TFZ yun. Ito, parang hindi siya TFZ eh. Kung TFZ man to, siguro yung TFZ King to or yung TFZ Queen Pro para sa akin. Pero yun nga, mild V-shape siya or mild U-shape or Harman sounding na maganda yung tunog and walang kulang. So, yung bass niya, ando naman, mas sub-bass leaning. Yung mids niya, actually, hindi lubog and maganda yung vocals. Yung treble niya, extended pa rin kahit walang sibilance. And yung soundstage niya, sobrang immersive talaga. Napaka-immersive ng soundstage niya ito. Tunog headphones na close back siguro sa tansya ko. Itong G318S. Okay? So, marerecommend ko ba siya? Well, if willing ka mag-spend ng 13 to 15,000 pesos and gusto mo ng bling-bling na ganito yung itsura, ito sa'yo. Yan, ganyan yung itsura. Well, sige, kasi hindi naman siya niche yung tuning. Hindi niche yung tuning. All-rounder nga yung tuning eh. Para sa akin lang talaga, kailangan mong palitan yung kable. Kasi sobrang stiff. Ang stiff talaga ng kable. Medyo nakakairita, lalo na naglalakad kasi ako talaga na nakasuot yung IEM. And ayun, naririnig ko yung microphonics, which is hindi naman talaga dapat sa case na to. Hindi nga to etemotic eh, but may microphonics to, 'di ba? Kaya ayun, yun lang naman yung masasabi ko dito sa Genesis. Okay, switch na ako sa English para sa verdict. Okay, so what's my verdict here with the Ear Acoustic Audio Elysian Fields Genesis G318S? It's still a mouthful name. In my humble opinion, this is the most refined. Yes, the most refined based on my experience. U-shaped or Harman sounding IM under $300 because it doesn't seem to what do you call this? It doesn't seem to skimp on the technical chops. It doesn't seem to skimp on the rendition of the upper frequencies while keeping it fun, while keeping it very smooth, very lush, while at the same time it also has that details going on. It also has that immersive soundstage going on that still a lot of IMs cannot catch up in today's time. So that's a really good thing. So, if you're looking for a Harman sounding IM, and if you really love Harman sounding IMs or a V-shaped sounding IMs that doesn't have any sibilance, that doesn't have any harshness here and there, well, definitely the Ear Acoustic Audio Genesis Elysian Fields G318S is the one for you. If you're willing to shell out $250 for it. in my humble opinion, it is worth it because there aren't a lot of U-shaped or Harman sounding IMs that are as refined as this. And do take note that this is a 1DD IM, which is a very surprising take because the overall sound is warm yet clean in my humble opinion. I still can't believe that I'm hearing that actually. This isn't really a hype. So, I mean, if you if you really want to make sure, I mean, if you're in the Philippines, well, and if you're in, like, let's say Makati, well, we can meet during my lunch break, and I'll let you personally experience the Elysian Fields G318S for you to decide if you really want to. Okay, okay, and now that ends my review for the Ear Acoustic Audio Elysian Fields Genesis G318S. And I would like to thank Ear Acoustic Audio for sending this unit to me, and in exchange for a very honest and transparent review. Rest assured that all of my reviews are honest and transparent to the core, like I always do, for the benefit of everybody, of course, including me, since again, I won't be editing this extensively. English isn't really my native language, and I prefer writing reviews rather than recording it. Okay, now as for the backlogs, this came in hot in the mail today. As you can see here, we'll see. As you can see, tada! The Kefine Clean, but this time this is the silver version, the Clean SV. From what I understand on the marketing papers, it it is a refined version of the Clean with more on the technical chops prioritized. But yeah, we'll see what we can do with that one. And by the way, Kefine also included their cables, like for example this one, the USB-C to 2-pin cable. I'm not sure if this is a DSP cable, but I'll check first. Okay, they also included this, the 2-pin to 4.4 millimeter cable. About damn time, Kefine. I've been waiting for this cable because it really looks nice in my humble opinion. And they also included the dongle that it comes with. This is their KA1 dongle that has a Conexant CX31993. Pretty common DAC, but I'll check on how it performs here with the Clean SB. It should pair well. I mean, Kefine to Kefine. But we'll see what we can do. Okay? And now that ends my review. Okay? Thank you for listening to my ramblings. Thank you for listening to my reviews. Thank you for watching. And see you on the next one. Isa pa? Last one.